Everyone, this is Anna from Koala Soap, and today I'm going to make probably our last Valentine's Day soap, or at least a soap with a heart in it for at least this week, right? So what I did was I took our basic pink mold, and I have these cookie cutters that come in like 3 different sizes. Like this heart has a bigger one and a smaller one, and I picked the size that will actually fit into this mold. So that's going to be the first part. The second, that's the first part of it. Then we're going to use our molds. We're going to use that little rose mold, and we're going to use a leaf mold. I think if you're going to do flowers of any kind, everyone needs a leaf mold. And they also have those fondant pusher cutters that also do leaves for you if that's what you want to use. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use pink watermelon, and I'm going to use, looks like tail green from Stardust Micas, and I'm going to make my leaf embeds and my rose embeds. And then what we're also going to be doing is we're going to be doing a little bit of a swirl in here, and then we're going to cut it out. So let's just get started, and let me warm up the shea butter and we'll get going. Okay, today's scent will be Energy, and we already have a little bit of shea butter melted. I'm going to go ahead and put some alcohol into one of our little bath bomb holders here with a dropper. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and use the pink watermelon, and we'll put that in. So we're going to do the first part first, which is actually putting the bar together. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix our pink watermelon in the alcohol. So let's grab a spoon here. We'll put a little bit in there. Put it off to the side. I'm just going to do a little bit here. Okay, and so we're going to try to do a little swirl. I don't know if this is going to work well or not, but I'm going to actually try to do a swirl in our pink by using a darker color, but we'll see here. So I'm going to put a little bit more alcohol in there. And I'm going to use the Poppin pink that we used, which is this pink, and I'm just going to kind of mix it in there a little bit, just to give it a little bit of difference in the color there. Very little bit. Put that there. Okay, so we have that going, and we want to try to pour this at a low temp, so it's at 139, so we're going to give it just a few more minutes. But in the meantime, go ahead and get a dropper. I think that's good enough. Okay, I think what we want to do is we're going to wait for this to get to about the 118s, and then we'll go ahead and pour. Okay, while we're waiting for that to cool down, I'm going to go ahead and melt just a real little bit of shea butter for the tail green, because I need to make my leaf embed, so I might as well do that while I'm waiting for this to cool. So let's go ahead and warm it up. Okay, so we are going to go ahead, still trying to get used to these gloves. We'll put a little bit of alcohol here. We don't need very much. And then we're going to go ahead and put our tail green in there. And we have just a little bit of shea butter melted down. And hopefully it doesn't start to set. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in here with the alcohol, because there's not a lot, so We will stir it. Put it here. And I'm going to grab the flat part of my spatula. I'm going to use the leaf part of the mold. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour it in. I'm actually going to do the little one too, just to see which one looks better in the long run. Pour it in. So I need 2 leaves, so of the same size, but I'm not quite sure which one's going to be the best one yet. So I'm going to take this flat part here, and I'm going to, not a lot came off, so we're pretty good there. So we're going to wait for that to set. This, in the meantime, now has a skin on it, so I think we're going to be good to go. 112, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour right onto, and I have to do half, at least half of the bar right now. I'm not sure I have enough for half, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit more shea butter. Okay, so I went ahead and I melted a little bit more of the shea butter. It already has a pink tint to it. Let's see where it's at. It's 150. So we're still waiting for it to cool down a little bit. I guess we'll go ahead and move this around a little bit. I was going for a swirl. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. Okay, we're going to let that set for a little bit, and then we are going to do our other embed. Okay, so I've pre-measured it, and it looks like I can only do the middle size heart. That is what will fit in here. Oh, I guess we can squirt that with alcohol in case I saw a few bubbles coming up. So what I'm going to do is this pink here, I'm going to actually pour in to make it a really pretty pink. I don't want it that strong. So where it's at is good enough. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our skewer. It's a nice pretty pink heart. Okay, and then I am going to pour that in this middle one. It's a really pretty pink. And we're going to squeegee it off. Good. There's no air bubbles, but we'll squirt it just for good measure. And then we will see where this one's at. These don't take that long. This one's still pretty wet. They don't take that long to set. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this to set. I need to make another leaf. I'm still not sure of the size I'm going to make it, if the little one or the bigger one. And then we'll be back. Okay, and we're back. So our embeds are done. I think everything is done and set. There's our rose, very pretty. That's the medium-sized rose. I have pink on me already. And then I have our 2 sets of leaves. 2 bigger ones and 2 smaller ones. And it's just kind of going to be dependent on what this rose, what will fit into our little cutter here. But basically, that's my idea. So it's either going to be the bigger ones or the smaller ones. I actually might have to take the gloves off for this because I cannot pick up my leaf. There it goes. Okay, so those are the sizes of the leaves. So it's very dependent upon how we cut out and what looks good and what doesn't. So we are done with these. So we'll go ahead and put these to the side. We'll go ahead and unmold here. We were going for a little bit of a swirl. I have some pink there too, so I'm just going to try to, there it is. Now, if we take this rose, just to kind of eyeball, you can kind of see it looks good because it actually brings in that pink over there. And what side do I like better? Well, I'm not sure yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this off to the side. I'm going to take, first of all, you need to make sure that it'll clear. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. And then we're going to try and find the most middle part we can, which is right about there. cut very carefully. This is why you can't do the whole bar, because this cookie cutter won't cover the whole bar. So it might misshape it a little bit, but that's okay. You just need to get this one part out. And you don't want to tear the soap, because this is so close to the edges, you might tear it. Okay, so now we have it out. And there's our piece, which we will use for later, for something. Okay, now the fun part. So we're going to put our little rose in here. And does it look better on this side, or does it look better on that side? I picked this side. I don't know if you guys see it, but I can pull in this pink so much better. Now the leaves. You know what? This soap is staying home where it's going to my mom's. So I'm going to take off the gloves and see which leaves can I put in here that'll actually look nice. I'm going to use the tail of the heart to help me here. So I think they both look good. I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and pour, and then we'll kind of go from there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these embeds off to the side. We are going to put the side that we want face down. We're going to re-put it in here. And now what we need to do, and this is the most important part, is we're going to have to take some clear melt and pour it in. And we have to pour it cold so we don't melt around here. We will also then need to make sure our embeds are below the level so that the clear melt and pour will cover it. And this is where the leaves are going to come in. So what leaf will be better, I'm not quite sure yet, because I think if I put these leaves on it, it's going to extend over. It'll do over. But if I put these on it and I have them come out, it'll be right under. So we might have to do the smaller leaves. I'm just not sure yet. So let's go ahead. We'll start here. Let's go ahead and melt our melt and pour. We're not going to put any scent or anything in it because we want it to stay clear. Okay, so we're back. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to spray the rose and kind of the inside of the soap here with some alcohol. I'm going to put this here. This will be our first part. This is at 135 and it's already developing the skin. I'm going to push this down so that it doesn't try to escape. And then I'm going to try and set the rose right in there and center it like so. Now I'm going to try to take a skewer and hold it while pouring around it so that it doesn't move, and it's going to move. Now the hardest part, I think, is going to get these leaves in. So I'm going to do my best. And we might have to use the skewer to help us out here. Try to just drop it in and move it as best we can. Okay, this is already set, so I'm going to just let this set a little bit more. I'm going to try to pour a little bit more clear right over this so that I can make sure that stays, and we will be back. Okay, and we're back. Our clear melt and pour, I did a little bit more, it's now at 131. I'm going to use the skewer and I'm going to put little hash marks in this. Don't do it over the clear part, but you can do it on the rose and the leaves. Okay, squirt it with alcohol. Make sure, again, because if you're over 135 on this clear, you will melt your embeds. Okay, so I just kind of want to seal these in here because the leaves are above. Okay. And you can make sure it's as level as possible. Okay, I'm only doing a very thin layer. We have a little bit of clear left. That I'll put in a mold for later. Now I need to think about what I'm going to put on the backing to make this look good. I could do white, but to me that's a little boring. I have all this left. So I'm wondering, while this is setting, I'm going to go ahead and remelt these and let them cool down. And then we'll do hatch marks around the pink part, and then we'll maybe try to do a little bit of a swirl on top of it. I have these two leaves yet. I have an idea of what to do with them, but I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and melt these down, wait for that to set, and we will be right back. Okay, my green is at 135, my pink is at 120. We're going to go ahead and we are going to do our little hatch marks anywhere where you can't see through. Okay, go ahead and spray with alcohol, and I don't know, let's see if this will work. Okay, just enough. Squirt it with alcohol. We have a cute little design going on there. I don't know what it looks like on the other side. We'll find out shortly. Okay, let's wait for this to set and we will be back. Okay, we are back. Gavin is here. He's right over there. I don't know if you can see him or
Hello.
part of him. He wanted to see what this soap was. I've been fussing over for the past hour or so. So we will go ahead and unmold it. You can open your eyes, Gavin. So this is the back.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, but wait.
Oh, that's really cool. How did you do it?
Oh, it took a while. Okay, so that is actually really cool. So you can see the leaves in the back. You can see the rose. This really, there's a piece of white soap in there. But actually it worked out really, really nicely. So what do you think?
Really good.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's going to send to Grancy.
Yeah, that would fit her.
Yeah, she's a gardener. Okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed this. And this is Anna from Koala Soap. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And there's the back, and there, oops, there you go. Sorry. There's the front. All right, guys, have a good week. Bye.
Happy Valentine's.
Oh, yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Bye.